Hi, I'm Dave from Military Antiques Toronto, and today I'm going to show you some of the other items that I've picked up, have walked in, bought at shows too, but it's all good. So it's just more stuff, right? When you're running a retail store, you never know what's going to walk in. Sometimes it's mind-boggling, sometimes it's run-of-the-mill stuff, which I don't even really show you because you're not interested in that. Last I checked, unless you're living vicariously through me, then you have a problem, you need therapy. So, Royal Canadian Ordnance Corps. Nothing exciting. It's an officer's hat. Great, right? It's got King's Crown buttons on. So it's probably a wartime hat that's been made by Hawks & Co. Not probably. It has made by Hawks & Co. It does not say to the king or anything on it. But it's got a Postwar Canadian Ordnance Corps officer's badge on. So it's not tremendously rare, but it's a pretty hat. And I think my employee pictured this. And yes, there is a name inside, actually. It's dated 52 to Captain Selden, Royal Canadian Ordnance Corps. There you go, as you can see right there. So there you go. So at least you can research the guy if you felt so inclined. I think that's all that's in there, yes. Nice maker though, nice hat, nice condition. Nice King's Crown buttons on the side. And it's very pretty. So it'll be great for display. Not for me, but hey, someone will want it. Next is a little, it's not a car pennant. It's a little unit flag. I believe it's for the 36th Ulster Division, British World War II. I believe. I'm sure someone's going to tell me it's for the Red Hand Society of something or other, because that's what people do. I certainly don't know everything. My wife knew everything, but I don't. So I believe that's what it is, the 36th Ulster Division. So that's kind of neat. It's been directly embroidered onto there. Well, the Red Hand has been embroidered through, and then you got a shield over that's been sewn down, and then a printed crown. So that's been sewn down on both sides. So that's kind of nice. No other markings on it, but except for the size, which is 18 by 12, it looks like. Is what it is. There you go. Oxygen mask. Actually, it's not an oxygen mask. I'm sorry. And it's not even a bail-out bottle. This is a walk-around bottle. So it's overhauled by Aviation Electric. Unfortunately, someone's taken the date off. And then they put a 00 stock number, which is incorrect because that's US. And Aviation Electric is here in Montreal and Toronto. I think it was in Toronto. It was definitely in Montreal. But then you got a ID tag for the Canadian Forces. And again, it's a 00 stock number, which is incorrect. And it's from CFB Greenwood. Let's see if it says a squadron. No, it doesn't. So it's a walk-around bottle. How do I know that this is Canadian? Because I undid this and peeled it down so that I could see. Of course, now it's not coming off. Oh, there we go. All right. There's the Canadian NATO stock number 21. 21's Canadian, 99's British. 20's also Canadian, that's a new one. 00 and 01 are US. So that's how you can tell that this is Canadian, period. So this is for walking around the aircraft at heights for unpressurized aircraft. So it's overhauled in 1964. It's obviously post-war, but hey, for someone who wants to have it for their aviation collection, it was the right price. So it'll get listed and, sold for the right price because the goal is to sell the stuff, right? So I'm going to leave that, but it's got the straps. So, it's a neat piece for someone who wants to have some post-war flying gear. But there you go. So there's that. Then we got this gummy mask walked in the door. So World War I Imperial German still has the straps on it. Excuse me. Checking inside here, we have, unfortunately, these are empty, but they are the transit papers for replacement lenses. So unfortunately, they're gone, but at least you still have the paper. in it. So that it's kind of neat for after 100 years to find something like that still in existence that hasn't been thrown out, because stuff gets thrown out. Trust me, I'm very good at throwing things out. I fill the dumpster every month. That's why you put a lock on it to keep the dumpster divers out. Because yes, there's one specific that does that. But anyways, so as we carefully take out the gas mask out of the can, so without ripping it and destroying it, and trying not to force it too much. Forcing it's good. Right. Let's see. Draeger, Infantry Regiment. I'd say that's 31, dated 1916. So, Draeger is the maker. They're still in existence, I believe, because they make oxygen masks and firefighting equipment. Infantry Regiment 31, 1916. Anything else on here making? Nope, no other marks. Let's see if the filter has any markings on it. Let's see. Yeah, nothing I'm going to try and read. 1918 it looks like. It's been there, done that. It's not perfect. But hey, this is a World War I German gummy mask. As I try and screw this back together. And it squeaks. I think it needs some oil. So it's not perfect. It's got seen some use and abuse. It's been ridden hard, put away wet. But you know what? It is what it is. It's a very hard to get these days, and the prices for these have gone right through the roof. There really needs to be a book done. I'm not capable of doing it because I don't have the expertise on World War I German and other countries' gas masks that show all the differences, because there are other countries that use similar ones, and you have to know the difference, and I certainly do not. 1916 dated on the bottom of the tin. So nice gas mask. That'll get listed sooner than later, hopefully. Probably the next couple of days, actually. So then we have this. It's an ammo can. Yep. So what? I don't know why. Well, I know why I bought it. It's still camouflage. It hasn't been camouflaged after the fact. It's always been like this. You can see it's been like this forever. So it's factory done. There's no markings that I saw on it. And there's contents in it. But what's unusual about this, what's that say? Does that say anything? There is some stamping in the top. I can't even read that. But what's unusual about this is that it is a MG13 ammo can. And so with all the different machine guns that the Germans used, this is one of them. It wasn't the most popular, of course, because they used 34s and 42s. And what they did is, the Germans, I understand, and I'm sure someone's going to correct me, but they gave a lot of these to Spain to fight during the war. I believe it was to Spain. Really? Could be wrong. Whatever. What do I know? What's in here, though, is a bunch of oil cans. Now they're empty. So it says oleo, which I assume is oil, and petroleum, so I assume that's petroleum oil. And boy, does it smell like oil. So there's nothing in here, but again, it's still the original camouflage. And this isn't something I've seen on the market up here. So this is why I bought it, truthfully, because it's just something weird and wonderful. Because the weird and wonderful sometimes sells. And you don't see it every day. You see lots of the common. How many Canadian cap badges would you like? How many U.S. Shoulder sleeve insignia would you like? In general, they're not rare. There are some that are rare for sure, but in general, like there's boxes of them. Like 95th Infantry Division, how many do you want? I think I got about a couple boxes in stock. They don't sell, so I'm not buying them ever again. You learn your lesson from that the hard way. But this is a cool piece, great conversation piece. And not something you find every day, still in the original German camouflage. I love it. It's very cool. I bought that from my friend Frank. Right, Frank? Yes, I'm sure you're watching this, Frank. So, because he had it and I couldn't say no. So, that's about it for today. Thanks for looking. Follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Check out my website, militaryantiquestoronto.com. You know what? You never know what's going to walk in. And it's always cheaper on the website and Canadian funds. So, Check it out, and thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.